Hey y'all, welcome back to Homemade Simple. I'm really glad you're here today. If we've not met before, I'm Lori. I am excited to share a video with you today all about trying to cut costs and save money, live on just a little bit less every single day to help our families become more financially secure as well as better money managers. I've got a lot I want to talk to you about today, so let's get started. First of all, I want to say that everybody's idea of a frugal life is not always going to look the same. Frugal living can look very different from one home to another and from one household to another. So my idea of frugal living does not have to coincide or be exactly like someone else's. It's also really important to remember that being wise with money is a learned behavior. It's really hard a lot of times for us to just naturally be savers, especially for those of us who are spenders by nature. It can be really hard to tighten the belt and try to find ways to save money. So if you are not perfect at this, join the crowd. I'm far from perfect. I just wanted to share a couple of ideas with you that might help your family save a little bit of money every day. The number one thing I think will really help us save money on a regular basis is to look at all of our recurring expenses and try to cut and shave as much as we can off of those. So recurring expenses are just going to be those kinds of expenses that happen on a very regular basis. These recurring expenses that can happen either every month or every week can really be budget killers if we are not being mindful and careful to make sure that they are as tight as possible. So for instance, with the fuel prices going up, maybe your fuel costs have really increased recently. It might just be a situation where you need to find times where you can combine your trips and stay home more so that you're not spending quite as much money at the gas station. Number two, it might be time for you to switch phone carriers. I'm really excited to partner with Ultra Mobile in this video. They are a cell phone company who provides excellent service at only $10 a month. When I heard that there was an option for $10 a month for cell phone service, I was shocked. And I decided to give Ultra Mobile a try. Switching was super easy. I just ordered my plan online. They got it to me super quick. And all I had to do was swap out the SIM card from my old carrier to Ultra Mobile. There was absolutely no change in the quality and reliability of service from my old cell company to Ultra Mobile. They offer unlimited talk and text to over 80 countries, as well as free Wi-Fi calling. I have been really impressed with Ultra Mobile, not only by the quality of the service, but also the ease of switching. It took me less than 10 minutes to have everything situated and ready to go on my new Ultra Mobile plan, and the quality of the service has been excellent. If you are interested in reducing your costs for self-service, check out ultramobile.com/homemadesimple for all of the details. I will make sure and link that down in the description box below. And also, you can click a picture of this QR code to go straight to their website and start ordering your own service plan today. For $10 a month, you cannot go wrong by giving them a chance. So I hope you'll check out Ultra Mobile and all of the services that they have to offer. Number three is something we talk about a lot on this channel, and that is meal planning. If we are going to save as much as possible on our groceries, having a plan for our meals for the week is a really important part of that process. You can save thousands of dollars every year just by taking the time to make a meal plan each and every week and going by that plan no matter what. Number four is also a lot about groceries, and that is to be a mindful grocery shopper. It is so simple and easy for us to just throw things in the grocery cart and not have an intentional plan. If you find yourself buying something just because it's 50 cents cheaper than it was last week and it's not an item that you normally use, leave it out of your buggy. Stick to the things that you know and are used to buying, or you know that you have a plan for. Being mindful about the things that you put in your cart and sticking to your grocery list week by week is going to be one of the best money-saving tips you will ever learn. Number 5, cancel all of those subscription services that you are not using. If it is something that you are not using and you do not feel that you're getting a good use of that money, it is absolutely okay for you to cancel that service, even if you decide next month to reinstate it. Although you may have to jump through a few hoops, it's going to be worth the money that you're saving in the long run to go ahead and cancel all of those subscriptions that you're not using. Number 6, schedule a freezer cleanup once a month to make sure that you're using up all of the things in your freezer before you go and buy more. It is really easy to buy something on sale, put it in the freezer, and then completely forget that we have it. Then we go back to the store a week or two later and we buy more of that item for a higher price. If we are going to purchase things in order to save money and put them in our freezer, we need to make sure we're scheduling in an opportunity to be sure that they are used before they go bad. If you're able to keep your freezer cleaned out, you're always going to have plenty of room for those next great grocery finds. Number 7, learn how to make healthy meals on the cheap. That's another thing I try to help you with on this channel, finding ways to make homemade meals delicious and nutritious. Just because feeding your family a healthy meal is very important to you does not mean that you have to spend a ton of money at the grocery store. There are hundreds of different YouTube channels devoted to helping you learn how to cook nutritious and healthy meals at home. Number 8, adopt the 14-day rule. You can totally change the number of days, but the theory behind this rule is to prevent yourself from impulse buying online. Apps on our phone, the internet, and social media have made it very simple for us to make impulse purchases all the time. Not only is it wasting money on things that we do not need, it's also creating a sense of discontent in our lives. So when you see something online that you really think you would like to have, keep a running list and make sure that you date each entry. Do not allow yourself to purchase that item until a full 2 weeks has passed. What's probably going to happen for 90% of those items on your list is you're just going to cross them off and realize that you either already had it or it's not going to fulfill a need that you had in the first place. And going along with that, number 9, don't allow influencers to influence the things that you feel like you have to have in order to find happiness and joy in your life. There are thousands of influencers all over the internet that try to tell you all of the things that you need to spend your money on. A lot of them are trying to get you to buy things that you really would never want otherwise. So be mindful of what you really like and the things that you really enjoy and want to spend your money on, and don't allow other people to influence your spending habits. Number 10, use your home and your property as a resource for fun and exciting activities for your family instead of outsourcing those to other facilities that cost an arm and a leg to enjoy. There are so many things that we can do inside our home and in our yards to play and have fun with our families to make lasting memories that do not cost any more than we're already spending. Not only will it build lasting memories for your family, but also you will save on gas costs and car expenses as well. Number 11, stop caring what other people think about you and the things that you own. Whenever I started this channel, I had plenty of usable pots and pans and iron skillets. I even had a couple of Dutch ovens that were used and you could tell. There's been several people who have commented and said I needed to buy new cookware, that the cookware that I had was old and worn out. But the reality is the cookware that I have, even though it's not beautiful and sparkly new, works perfectly fine for the things that I need it to do. And I can't allow other people to make me feel bad and go out and spend money that I don't have on cookware that I don't want to begin with. The same can be true for the car that we drive, the clothes that we wear, and the things that we buy for our children. Let other people have their opinion and don't allow it to affect or impact how you feel about yourself and the things that you have been blessed with. Number 12, when you do need to replace an item or you do need to buy something, make sure that you check out all of the used options before you go and buy something brand new. Now, some things we have to buy new, and those are not the things I'm talking about. But if you are in the market for a bread maker, checking at the thrift store is going to save you a substantial amount of money. The same goes for a coffee maker or an iron. You can find these things used, but not used up. A lot of times buying used is going to allow us to buy better quality items for a lot less money. So be sure to check out thrift stores, yard sales, estate sales, even online selling markets that will help you to see what is available for a cheaper price. Number 13, simplify your life. Living a simple life is the best way to enjoy all of the little moments and all of the little things that we've been blessed with. Your kids don't have to have 1,000,001 toys, and you and your family don't have to do all the things in order to live a wonderful life. Living a simple life helps us to focus on the things that really matter and the things that are really important to us. Number 14, live like your grandmother. From DIY handmade gifts to being mindful of waste and resources, we have so much that we can learn from that greatest generation. Sitting at their feet, asking them questions, and learning about the things that they did in order to live a more frugal life is really going to be beneficial, not only for us, but also for our children. And if you are like me and all of your grandparents are already gone, there's plenty of others who will be willing to sit in that spot and teach you the things that you are wanting to learn. Number 15, you can save a lot of money just by simply switching your washing machine setting from warm or hot water to cold water for every load. I know there are some loads that are just really dirty and need to be washed in hot water, but most of our clothes are going to get perfectly clean just by using cold water, and it's going to help save a ton of money in the long run. And number 16, speaking of laundry, not only does hanging your clothes out to dry on a line outside fulfill every desire of being a pioneer, but it can save up to $1 every single load of clothes that you do. Nothing makes me feel quite like a pioneer as much as hanging my clothes out to dry on a line outside. I can't explain it, but that's the truth. Homemade meals cannot compare with allowing nature to dry your clothes. So give it a try and let me know in the comments if you dry your clothes out on a line as well. Number 17, bump up the temperature in the summer and down in the winter just by a few degrees to save a ton of money on your heating and cooling costs. It doesn't seem like it would make that much of a difference, but for every degree or two, you can save up to $50 per month. Number 18, be sure to use your leftovers. I know that some people hate leftovers and it is a bane of their existence. But if you can get in the habit of making a little bit more every time that you fix a meal and have that for lunch or dinner the next day, that's really going to save you a lot of time, and in the long run it will save you a lot of money as well. Number 19, it's really important that we use our resources well. This is something that hits really close to home for me because I am very guilty of being wasteful. Even if it's an accidental waste, like leaving the water on when I go out to water the animals, that one mistake can cost up to $50. That is so discouraging when I do that to myself and find that I have been so wasteful. Finding ways to prevent those kinds of wastes from happening is really going to help us to save money each and every day. Turning off your light, keeping your doors closed, and not allowing the water to run when it's not needed are simple little things that we can do every day to help save just a little bit here and there, and you can be sure that it's going to add up in the long run. Number 20, teach yourself how to do hard things. I have been so glad this month that Chris is willing to take the risk and try to learn how to do new things. I told you last week in our video that our car has been giving us a lot of trouble, and he has probably saved us over $2,000 just this month researching the problems online, learning how to repair the problems himself, and doing all of that work on his own. $2,000 can go a long way. There are so many resources available to us now to help us learn all of the things that we need to know in order to be able to do the things that we need to do on our own. So follow Chris's example on this one. Find some YouTube channels that are really dependable and good teachers, and you will be on your way to doing all of your own repairs in no time. Number 21, eating out should be a special occasion. This one hits really close to home too, because our family really eats out a lot more than we probably should. It gets to be a simple and easy option, and really it's something that we enjoy to do as a family. But we can train ourselves to enjoy homemade meals and making meals together just as much, if not more, than eating meals at a restaurant. So make eating out a special treat instead of a regular habit. Number 22, make your own all-purpose cleaner to save tons of money every month. If you go to a regular big box store and are going to buy a name brand natural all-purpose cleaner, you are going to spend about $5 per bottle. Did you know that you can make your own household cleaner using water, vinegar, and a little bit of orange oil? It will clean everything you need to clean for pennies a bottle. You can click on this video linked above for several recipes of homemade cleaners that I've shared in the past. Number 23, choose reusable options when it's possible. Cutting out weekly purchases of things like paper towels, paper plates, and napkins can really reduce your overall household grocery budget by $10 or $20 per month. You can pick up some really cute cloth napkins at an estate sale for maybe a quarter or a dime a piece. You can wash them 1,000,000 times and they will still be very usable. And if you have a terrible mess to clean up, you won't be throwing a whole lot of money away if you just use one of your cloth napkins and then toss it in the trash. Number 24, don't spend money you don't have yet. Living below your means will really keep you out of a lot of financial trouble. If you don't have the money to buy something at the time, then it's really important that you just put off that purchase until you have saved enough to be able to buy the item with cash. Not only is it really smart financially to not use money that you don't have, but it's also going to be much better on your long-term health to make sure that you don't cause extra stress for you and your family. Number 25, keep a gratitude journal. I know that this might sound like a really odd money-saving tip, but if we are mindful of the things that we have been given and blessed with on a regular basis, it will breed a sense of contentment in us that will prevent us from wanting to spend more and more to search out for that joy and happiness. Allowing ourselves to have a mind shift and appreciating the things that we already have and learning a sense of contentment will really benefit us in the long run and will help our children to learn a sense of contentment as well. And that is a gift that will bless our children for their entire lives. Well, that's not an exhaustive list, but that's the 25 that I came up with. I know that you have a whole lot of great ideas, and I hope that you will be willing to share them in the comments below. Living on less and using our money wisely is something that is a growth process and something that we are going to learn how to do better and better throughout our lives. So if you're not quite there yet, don't get discouraged. Day by day, you can learn new tips and tricks to spend less and less so you can save more and more. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you will go and check out ultramobile.com/homemadesimple. Check out their $10 plan that they have available and be sure to give them a try. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you, and I will see you again next time.